Welcome to this demonstration of how to make a light sign. You don't need a lot of materials to make this project come to fruition. The first thing you'll need to do is to get your lights. These are bought at Amazon, but you can pick them up also at local 99-cent stores. This is a 40 count light, so there's 40 lights. These are LED lights and a battery pack that takes AA batteries. So you'll need to buy AA batteries for each pack. There's 3 batteries in one of these containers. Now, I order multiples because you never know how many number of lights you will need for any given sign. Some signs have 1, some signs have 2, some signs need 3 packs on the back. So you want to order plenty of these, and they're about $6 a piece. Of course, the batteries, to go with it, you'll need a chalk to draw your sign on the front, and then you will need a pen or a pencil for poking holes. You'll also need a foam core board. Black or dark colors are best so that they don't compete with the lighting at night. And you'll also need a glue gun and glue sticks. These are the small size glue stick sticks. You can get large as well. Just make sure it matches with the electric glue gun that you get. Now this is plugged in and ready to go. If you're working with small children, this is definitely something that the adults want to be in charge of. So let's move this out of the way and I'll show you the first step. Of course, the first thing you have to decide is what you're going to say or draw on your board. You want to keep in mind that you need a simple design. So short words, the bigger the words, the better. And you want the design very simple. You've got to keep the light holes or the lights themselves close together so that it reads as a line. If they're too far apart or if it's too complex, people won't be able to read your sign. So I'm going to try a very simple message, no hate, and I'm just going to draw that using my chalk out kind of freehand. Now you can use a ruler if you want. The chalk done lightly is nice because if you make a mistake, you can just erase it. And at the end, when you're done, you can also erase it. So there's my message. No hate. It can be anything you want. Hopefully it's a positive message for our project if you're coming to walk the Brooklyn Bridge with us. Now, the next thing you've got to do is decide on the spacing of your holes. And I measure a unit of a finger, maybe that's about 3/4 of an inch. And I start by putting circles on all the ends and intersections because you definitely want lights at those locations. So go through your words and add those first. Now we're going to poke holes wherever these lines, wherever these circles are, All right. The next thing you want to do, of course, is evenly divide these. So it looks like maybe 2 for each one of these is going to be even. And so I'm going to eyeball this. If you're not good at eyeballing, you can definitely use a ruler or an object that allows you to use a similar space. This can take a very long time. And this one I'm going to start by dividing in the middle here, and then go in the middle of that. And looks like I might need another. If you want to see how the light sign is going to look when it's done, you can squint your eyes and you will just see the dots. I'm going to take that one off because I think that's more evenly spaced. And again, I'm going to divide these in half. And then put one more in there because I want to complete the line. So that looks pretty good. I'm missing these. Okay, if I squint my eye and look at that, that seems to be pretty even throughout. Might need some more here. You want it pretty even because you're not trying to draw attention to any area more than another. You want it to be read evenly. I think I'm going to redo this. Like that. All right. Now, once you've made your pattern with your chalk, you want to create holes in this foam board. This foam board's thick. And I found that if you push through but not completely through, this works. Now, what you want to see is you want that light to be able to come through but not be too loose, because you don't want a giant hole in there that you have to fill with a glue gun, glue. So something along that line will work just fine. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just poke my holes. So you can see on the back, we've got most of the holes poked through successfully. And now we're going to put our lighting in on the back side. Now, you can erase this at this point. Again, if this is just a night sign, this kind of fuzziness is not going to really be noticeable. But if you wanted to use this in the day, you could go back over this with a paint brush, and then you would have a double-purposed sign. All right, now let's count the number of holes we have, because I know I have 80, and this should be plenty for this sign. But let's see what we ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4. 30. Are we going to have enough? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We don't have enough. So what I'll have to do is, as I do this circle here, I'll put in less, and I'll probably put in less here. So I'll have to skip some of these maybe to get 40. I think we can do it. I think we can get 80 lights in here. All right. So if you didn't want to do that, you could use 3 light sets. And the third light set that you didn't use all the lights for, you would just tape these and put them on the back so they're out of sight. All right. So now we've got our lights. I'll just leave them on for the fun of it. The second thing you've got to do is, as you're putting these in, is you've got to have some kind of system that makes sense. And this may be a trial and error kind of math project. I'm going to start at one end. Alright, so I tape this down so that it won't flop around while I'm doing this. And I'm going to finish putting in the lights. Let's see how that looks now. If there's any big gaping holes, there's no hate. Think that's legible? Can you see what that's saying? I'm squinting my eyes, I'm stepping back and looking at it. I think maybe the hate reads well, but the N up here is not reading great. So I'm going to try to help that. Let's see if this helps. Aha! Look, I can use this guy right there. Yeah, I think that reads a little bit better. No hate. No hate. I think that works. All right. So really, we only ended up wasting just 2 lights. And now I'm going to set this kind of here so that this string doesn't hang off or this wire doesn't hang outside. So I think this will work well here. Yeah. All right, so we're ready to start gluing. I'm going to take this tape and cover up these guys. So they're not so obvious or distracting. Okay, now we're ready to glue gun. So we've done our design, poked our holes, put in our lights, and the next thing we want to do is to glue. And there's a few tricks, just a trick or two for this. The main thing is you want to try to get these lights in a kind of standard depth. You don't want them super deep or so shallow that they don't show all their sides on the back side. So you kind of want that to stick out. Now, all you're going to do is go around and hit these with a little bit of glue. So let's take a look at what our sign says. No hate. This one's not glued yet. All right, and that's your light sign ready for a night exhibition. You could put it in your window. Something else that's fun about these is they blink. Kids love that, and you can buy some that are in color, and they're a lot of fun too. All right, I hope you make a ton of great signs and get out there and let people know what you think.